There are over a dozen types of exercise a woman can do, and most of them are marketed the same way. Burn fat, get toned, feel amazing. But no one explains what each exercise actually does inside a woman's body, how to choose them, and how much harm they can do. Let's begin with one of the most popular workouts among women right now. HIIT, short bursts of intense effort, followed by brief rest. It's everywhere. Apps, classes, 20-minute YouTube videos. And to be fair, it works. HIIT increases metabolic rate for hours after you stop, and it improves insulin sensitivity, which is one of the most important markers for women over 30 trying to manage weight and energy. But here's the part no one talks about. HIIT is a stress signal. Every session activates your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight mode. Done 2 or 3 times a week, your body recovers and adapts beautifully. Done 5 or 6 times a week, especially if you're already stressed, sleeping poorly, or in your luteal phase, it can start raising cortisol chronically. And when cortisol stays elevated, your body holds onto abdominal fat, disrupts ovulation, and tanks your energy. HIIT is a powerful tool, but more is not more. For most women over 30, 2 to 3 sessions a week is the sweet spot, enough to get the metabolic benefits without overwhelming the system. And if you've been doing HIIT daily and wondering why your belly feels puffy and your cycle is off, this might be the reason. But the most misunderstood exercise for women isn't HIIT. It's actually the one almost everyone defaults to. If there's one exercise women have been told to trust above all else, it's cardio, the treadmill, the morning jog, 45 minutes at a steady pace, hoping to burn enough calories to see change. And yes, cardio does burn calories. That part is true. But here's what most women don't realize. Steady-state cardio, done frequently and for long periods, can actually increase cortisol production. Not in a dramatic way, but in a slow, chronic way that builds over weeks and months. And in women who are already under stress, work, children, sleep debt, emotional load, that extra cortisol doesn't help burn fat. It tells the body to store it, especially around the abdomen. This is why so many women say, "I run every day and I still can't lose my belly." It's not a willpower problem. It's a signal problem. The body is receiving a stress input and responding exactly as it's designed to. This doesn't mean cardio is bad. 20 to 30 minutes of light jogging or brisk walking can be restorative and genuinely helpful. But when cardio becomes the only strategy, and it's done at moderate to high effort for long periods, it can quietly work against the very goal it's supposed to support. If you've been relying on cardio alone and feeling stuck, it's not that you need more. You might need less combined with something else entirely. And speaking of things women debate endlessly, let's talk about fasted training. Training on an empty stomach has become one of the most polarizing topics in women's fitness. Some swear by it. Others say it destroys your hormones. So what's the truth? The honest answer is, it depends entirely on your body. For some women, particularly those with good stress resilience, stable cycles, and decent sleep, fasted training can improve insulin sensitivity and support fat oxidation. The body, in the absence of food, shifts toward using stored energy more efficiently. But for other women, especially those with elevated cortisol, irregular cycles, or a history of undereating, training fasted adds one more stressor to an already overloaded system. The body reads the combination of no food plus intense effort as a threat, and it responds by raising cortisol further and downregulating reproductive hormones. This is one of those cases where what works for your friend may not work for you. And that's not a weakness. It's biology. If fasted training makes you feel sharp and energized, it may suit you well. If it makes you feel dizzy, anxious, or ravenous by noon, your body is telling you something. Now, let's move to something almost every woman underestimates. If someone told you that one of the most effective exercises for hormonal health, fat loss, and stress recovery was free, required no equipment, and had virtually zero risk of hormonal disruption, you might not believe it. But walking, specifically intentional walking, 30 to 60 minutes a day, is arguably the most underrated tool a woman over 30 can use. Walking lowers cortisol. It improves insulin sensitivity. It supports lymphatic circulation, digestion, and sleep quality. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and recover mode, which is the exact opposite of what most intense workouts do. And here's the part that surprises most women. Studies consistently show that daily walking contributes more to long-term body composition than occasional intense sessions. Not because it burns more calories in the moment, but because it creates a baseline of low-stress movement that allows hormones to function properly. If your life is full, if you're managing work, children, emotional load, sleep debt, walking may be the single most impactful thing you can add. Not as a replacement for strength training, but as a foundation underneath everything else. Now, let's talk about what happens when you start building muscle, beginning with the largest muscle group in your body. Most women associate glute training with aesthetics, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the glutes are far more than shape. They are the largest muscle group in the human body, and training them has a direct impact on metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and even lower back health. When you train your glutes with real resistance, hip thrusts, squats, lunges, you're sending a powerful signal to your body: build and maintain metabolically active tissue. More muscle mass means a higher resting metabolic rate, which means your body burns more energy even at rest. For women over 30, this matters more than ever, because muscle mass naturally begins to decline with age, and with it, metabolic efficiency. Glute training is one of the most efficient ways to slow that process. It also stabilizes your pelvis and protects your lower back, which is especially relevant for women who sit for long hours or have been through pregnancy. And your glutes don't work alone. Let's look at the rest of your lower body. Your legs, particularly your quadriceps, are the biggest metabolic engine in your body. Training them with compound movements like squats, leg presses, or step-ups creates a massive metabolic stimulus that no upper body exercise can match. And yet, many women avoid heavy lower body training because of a fear that's been repeated for decades: I don't want my legs to get big. Here's the truth. Women do not have the hormonal profile to build large, bulky legs from strength training alone. What heavy lower body work does do is increase lean muscle tissue, improve insulin signaling, strengthen bones, and create a metabolic environment that makes fat loss sustainable, not through restriction, but through building a body that uses energy more efficiently. If you want long-term body composition change, not a crash and rebound, your legs are where it starts. Now, let's move above the waist. Upper body training is the most neglected area in most women's routines. And it's understandable. The fitness industry has spent decades telling women that lower body is everything. But training your arms, shoulders, chest, and back has real metabolic and postural benefits. It increases total lean mass, which directly raises resting metabolic rate. It improves posture, especially for women who spend hours at a desk or carrying children. And it creates a balanced physique that supports everyday movement. And no, you will not get bulky. Women produce a fraction of the testosterone needed for significant muscle hypertrophy. What you will get is definition, strength, and a body that feels more capable. Even 2 sessions a week focused on upper body can make a noticeable difference in how you look, how you carry yourself, and how your metabolism functions day to day. But strength isn't the only signal your body needs. Let's talk about what happens when you slow down. Many women see yoga as too gentle to create real change. But from a hormonal and nervous system perspective, yoga is one of the most powerful tools available. Consistent yoga practice has been shown to significantly reduce cortisol levels, regulate the autonomic nervous system, and improve symptoms of PMS, including bloating, mood swings, and sleep disruption. It does this not by burning calories, but by shifting the body out of chronic fight or flight and into a state where repair, digestion, and hormonal balance can actually happen. For women over 30 who feel constantly wired, anxious, or unable to turn off at night, yoga isn't a luxury. It's a reset button. And the best part, it doesn't need to be an hour-long class. Even 15 to 20 minutes of intentional breath work and movement can shift your nervous system measurably. There's another practice that offers similar benefits, with a slightly different focus. Pilates and yoga are often grouped together, but they serve different purposes. While yoga focuses on nervous system regulation and flexibility, Pilates targets deep core stability, posture, and neuromuscular control. For women over 30, especially those with lower back pain, postpartum recovery needs, or desk-related posture issues, Pilates can be transformative. It strengthens the muscles that support your spine and pelvis without adding stress to the hormonal system. Pilates has also been shown to reduce chronic cortisol, making it an excellent option during the luteal phase of your cycle, when your body is naturally more sensitive to stress and high-intensity effort feels harder than usual. If you've ever wondered why some weeks you feel strong and other weeks you can barely get through a workout, syncing Pilates with your cycle might be the shift you didn't know you needed. Now, let's talk about something on the opposite end of the spectrum. CrossFit is intense, community-driven, and effective for building both strength and cardiovascular fitness. For women who thrive on structure and accountability, it can be genuinely motivating. But here's where it gets nuanced. CrossFit is a high-demand stimulus. It combines heavy lifting, metabolic conditioning, and often high-volume work in a single session. For a well-recovered woman with good nutrition and low baseline stress, this can produce great results. But for women who are already under chronic stress, poor sleep, emotional load, undereating, CrossFit can tip the scale from productive stimulus into systemic inflammation. The body doesn't distinguish between good stress and bad stress. It just reads total load. And when total load is too high, recovery breaks down, cortisol stays elevated, and performance starts declining instead of improving. CrossFit isn't bad, but it requires honest self-assessment. Is your body in a place to receive that level of demand right now? Let's move to another high-energy favorite. Spinning classes have become a cultural phenomenon among women over 30. The music, the energy, the feeling of pushing hard, it's addictive in the best way. And cycling is genuinely effective. It improves cardiovascular health, burns significant calories, and strengthens your lower body, all with lower joint impact than running. But the same principle applies here. Dose matters. 1 or 2 spinning sessions a week, combined with strength training and recovery, can be a fantastic addition. 5 or 6 sessions a week, especially high-intensity ones, can overstimulate the sympathetic nervous system, elevate cortisol, and leave you feeling wired but exhausted. If spinning is something you love, keep it, but be honest about how you feel afterward. Energized and clear? Great. Drained, hungry, and unable to sleep? That's your body asking for a different balance. And finally, one more option that many women overlook entirely. Swimming is one of the most complete and gentle forms of exercise a woman can do. It works every major muscle group. It improves cardiovascular fitness. And because your body is supported by water, it places almost zero stress on your joints. For women over 30 dealing with inflammation, joint pain, or conditions that make high-impact exercise uncomfortable. Swimming offers everything the body needs without the additional stress that land-based training can create. It's also deeply calming for the nervous system. The rhythmic nature of swimming, the breathing pattern, the water pressure, the repetitive movement naturally activates the parasympathetic response. Many women report feeling calmer, sleeping better, and experiencing less anxiety on weeks they swim regularly. If you've been looking for something that supports your body without punishing it, this might be exactly where to start. 12 types of exercise, each one sending a different signal to your body. Some build muscle and speed up metabolism. Some lower cortisol and protect your cycle. Some do both, and some, if overdone, can quietly work against you. This wasn't about telling you which exercise is best. It was about giving you something more valuable than a workout plan: understanding. Because when you understand how your body actually responds to movement, you stop following trends and start making choices. Real, informed, personal choices. And if there's one thing to take from this video, it's this: the best exercise for you is not the hardest one. It's the one that matches where your body is right now, your stress, your cycle, your energy, your life. If this helped you see exercise differently, consider sharing it with another woman who might need this clarity. And if you're new here, we make videos like this every week, calm, honest breakdowns of what's really happening inside a woman's body. I'll see you in the next one.